I would say start small and fail fast.
Okay, what does that mean? Use AI not just because hey you have to add it in the product, but hey you think it will increase your own productivity.
ये जो प्रॉब्लम है ये प्रॉब्लम स्टूडेंट से ज्यादा कॉर्पोरेट की है.
Behind of an innovation, and how do you think it will solve the tech shortage or like the talent shortage problem we are facing today?
Innovation, I believe, doesn't start with technology. It starts with listening. Like as much as 40% of performance benefit I have seen. My job is not to give the correct answers, but to ask the correct questions.
Welcome back to another episode of Techie Talks with Kuldeep. I am your host Kuldeep Singh. Today we are excited to have Mr. Sunil Kumar with us. Sunil is the CTO at Where You Elevate. Let's hear more directly from him. Sunil, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Kuldeep ji, for inviting me in your show. Thank you so much, audience. So, about me, in Where You Elevate, it's been 3 years, almost 3 years now. But before Where You Elevate, like कहाँ से ये आग आई है स्टार्टअप चालू करने की,
जी,
स्टार्टअप में काम करने की, ये सब चालू हुआ when I was in my 4th year.
Okay.
In my 4th year, I and Rishabh we met and we started one initiative like कैसा भी कंपनी चालू करेंगे ऐसा कुछ नहीं था
जी.
उस टाइम पे हम लोग फ्रीलांसिंग करते थे. अब फ्रीलांसिंग करते करते हम लोगों के दिमाग में ये आया कि फ्रीलांसिंग करके हम लोग अच्छा खासा सीख रहे हैं.
Okay.
प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज आ रही है, हैंड्स ऑन आ रहा है, जो हम लोग थ्योरेटिकल नॉलेज में नहीं सीख पा रहे हैं.
जी.
वहां से ये चीज चालू हुई कि टैलेंट बहुत है और हमारे जैसे ही टियर 3 कॉलेजेस जो इंडिया में बहुत सारे हैं वहां पर टैलेंट बहुत सारा है, उनको हैंड्स ऑन करने का मौका नहीं मिल पाता है. वहां से फिर हम लोगों ने एक इनिशिएटिव चालू किया कि कैसे फ्रीलांसिंग करके हम लोग चीजें सीख सकते हैं, अर्न भी कर सकते हैं. वो एक छोटा इनिशिएटिव था, उसी को फिर आगे ले जाके गए और फिर हम लोग जॉब करना चालू कर दिए. सबकी तरह जब हम जॉब में चले जाते तो मैं पुणे चला गया, ऋषभ नोएडा आ गया, फिर हमारे बाकी दोस्त भी इधर उधर. देन बट स्टिल वो आग तब भी थी और उसी के रहते हम लोगों ने एक एनजीओ चालू किया, इंटरनेटी फाउंडेशन. तो 2017 में वी स्टार्टेड विद इट एंड एट दैट टाइम वी ओनली हैड दिस थिंग इन माइंड कि टियर 3 कॉलेज का जो टैलेंट है उसको एक ऐसा इकोसिस्टम मिले जहां से वो इंडस्ट्री रेडी बन के निकले. वहां से हम लोगों ने वी वर वन ऑफ द फ्यू इन इंडिया जो लोग रिमोट इंटर्नशिप्स करवा रहे थे एंड वी वर प्रीटी सक्सेसफुल विद दैट. फ्रॉम देयर वी स्टार्टेड विद द हैकाथॉन्स. वॉलंटरी ड्रिवन हैकाथॉन चल रहा है, कोई पेड हैकाथॉन नहीं है, कोई भी पे करके वॉलंटियर नहीं लाया गया है, सारा वॉलंटियर ड्रिवन फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट चल रहा है, रिमोटली चल रहा है. 12 घंटे 27 घंटे तक हैकाथॉन चल रहे हैं और सारा कुछ रिमोटली इंटरैक्टिव चल रहा है. वहां से हम लोगों ने चालू किया और करते करते हम लोगों को देखा कि ये जो प्रॉब्लम है ये प्रॉब्लम स्टूडेंट से ज्यादा कॉर्पोरेट की है.
Okay.
इट्स नॉट ऑन द प्रॉब्लम इज बिगर ऑन दी डिमांड साइड रादर ऑन दी सप्लाई साइड. तो कॉर्पोरेट्स में हम लोगों ने आई वेंट टू सेवरल हैकाथॉन्स जहाँ पे मैं कई रिक्रूटिंग एचआर से मिला, एचआर हेड से. उन लोगों का बोलना ये था कि हम लोग कई टियर 1 कॉलेजेस में इनफ पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, ट्रैवल में जाता है, वी एक्सपेक्ट अ लॉट कि हम लोगों के पास में अच्छा हायर है, अच्छा टैलेंट आए और टैलेंट आता भी है, पर वो टैलेंट इतना वॉलेटाइल होता है कि हम लोग ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं. कई बार टैलेंट हमें मिल नहीं पाता हमारे हिसाब से, कई बार मिल जाता है तो वो टिकता नहीं. तो they were in need of industry ready talent and that's where we kept on like taking it ahead. And then हम लोगों ने सोचा इसको अब स्केल करना है, let's start with a like let's come full time, let's start with this initiative with the startup Where You Elevate. वहां से हम लोगों ने चालू किया. I took the responsibility of tech. of course मेरा इंक्लिनेशन भी बहुत रहा टेक में,
की तरफ था.
हाँ, मेरी हिस्ट्री में जब मैंने जॉब अपनी चालू करी थी तो मैंने बिग डेटा के साथ चालू करा. एट दैट टाइम वो बूम पे था. तो 2015 की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. तो वहाँ पे मैं बहुत इंटरेस्ट, मतलब मैंने कभी उबुंटू की शक्ल नहीं देखी थी, लिनक्स ब्लैक स्क्रीन की. मेरे को लगता था कि विंडोज पे ही मैं काम करता हूँ, सी शार्प इन सब में कोडिंग कर रहा हूँ, मैं वहीं ऐसी ही किसी कंपनी में जाऊंगा. So, but then when I started to work on it, I loved it. I literally loved it. वहां से ही बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा इंक्लिनेशन चालू हुआ कि कैसे लॉजिक बिल्ड करके मैजिक बनाया जा सकता है टेक के थ्रू. So then like in very elevate also start हुआ. स्टार्ट में हम लोगों ने प्रोडक्ट बनाना चालू किया. जब प्रोडक्ट बनाना चालू किया तो इट इज मेरी लाइफ का आज तक का वर्स्ट यूएक्स मैं बोलूंगा, जो कि फर्स्ट वर्जन में निकाला था. बट मिस्टेक से ही सीखते हैं ग्रेजुअली. जैसा हाँ, अब जाके नाउ वी हैव गॉट 3 मेजर प्रोडक्ट्स अंडर द अम्ब्रेला ऑफ प्लेटफॉर्म. वन इज रिक्रूट, drill, the end-to-end hackathon management platform, and assess the assessment platform. And then there are several other products with respect to AI, ML, GenAI and all. So now it has become a pretty stable corporate, and it's going to be a global leading platform.
Yeah, and I think no, it is important because it is not just something like, hey, you came and then you just build the platform, because you are having a history, you have seen, you know, the market need, and then there was like no one was presenting, or at least it was not fulfilling, and this is how you build, and you played your tech part, bringing in all the tech expertise, Hadoop, Spark, etc. at those moments. But tell me now, how is the life of your role looks like in day-to-day business?
Because in day-to-day, my day starts with connecting the dots. फिर रात में जो चीजें नोट डाउन करके चलता हूँ कि अगले दिन में क्या बच गया है जो करना है और क्या नया है जो करना है. So I start with connecting the dots. I speak with my team, sync with them. क्या चल रहा है, कितना हुआ, क्या नहीं हुआ, क्या deployment plan है, वो सारी चीजें. Then we like the leadership and the business sync कि क्या क्या चीजें करनी है, कस्टमर की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट आती है. Then the customer syncs. So basically शुरू के 2 घंटे सिंक्स में जाते हैं और उसके बाद में then the actual work starts. And work में भी my belief always remains that as a leader, my job is not to give the correct answers, but to ask the correct questions. So that's what I do with my team then in the half of the day that goes on. जहाँ पे मैं उनसे सवाल जवाब करता हूँ with respect to how the solutioning is going to be. प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है, चैलेंज क्या है, क्या सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, अगर इस स्पेसिफिक कस्टमर की ये रिक्वायरमेंट आई है तो क्या सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, क्या पेन एरिया कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट उसके एक स्कोप लेवल से आती है. हम लोगों को इतना सोचना होता है कि इसके अलावा जो एज केसेस आने वाले हैं वो भी रिजॉल्व हो. नॉट जस्ट टेक्निकल एज केसेस, रादर होलिस्टिकली क्या क्या बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट्स भी आ सकती हैं. बिकॉज दैट्स वेयर द वंडरफुल एक्सपीरियंस यू आर गोइंग टू गिव टू द कस्टमर. So that goes, and then by the end of the day we again sync up with respect to कि क्या क्या चीजें हो गई हैं, क्या करनी है आगे. We plan out, and that's how the complete day goes.
Yeah, and no, very interesting also, right? And we will do the deep dive on the tech as well. But there is one thing which I see repeatedly is the open innovation. So correct. What is the philosophy behind open innovation, and how do you think it will solve, you know, the tech shortage or like the talent shortage problem we are facing today?
Absolutely. So before coming to open innovation, I want to emphasize on the tech shortage part which you mentioned.
Okay.
So tech shortage से जब बोलते हैं tech shortage ना, तो कई बार या मोस्टली दिमाग में ये आता है कि टेक का जो टैलेंट है उसकी शॉर्टेज है. बट एक्चुअल में टेक की शॉर्टेज है नहीं. इट इज ओनली द प्रॉब्लम इज कि यहाँ से मेरी डिमांड आ रही है कंपनी से, यहाँ मेरा सप्लाई है, सप्लाई भी इनफ है, डिमांड भी इनफ है, बस यहाँ से यहाँ पहुंच नहीं पा रही. सो दैट्स वेयर ओपन इनोवेशन इज गोइंग टू प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. इट इज गेटिंग फेमस इन आई वुडंट से इंडिया एज ऑफ नाउ, ऑल्दो इट इज, लेकिन कोई ओपन इनोवेशन के नाम से नहीं जानता है. लोग कर रहे हैं, लोगों ने कर दिया इतना इंटर्नशिप का हल्ला बोल हो रहा है. एंड देन like since we are into talent management, we see day in day out हमारे कस्टमर्स के साथ या हमारे पास जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स आती हैं वो किस तरीके की आती हैं कि हमें एक अच्छा इंटर्न दे दो, हमें एक अच्छा इंटर्न दे दो. नाउ where I am going ahead is कि ओपन इनोवेशन जो मेरी डेफिनेशन है, देयर आर मेनी डेफिनेशन आउट देयर, बट जो मेरी डेफिनेशन है इज कि एक प्रॉब्लम है, उसको सॉल्व मैं टैलेंट से कर पाऊं उस प्रॉब्लम को ओपन करके, चाहे मैं इंटरनली, जैसे मेरी टेक की प्रॉब्लम है, अब मैं टेक की प्रॉब्लम है तो मैं इंटरनली अपनी टेक टीम, मेरी टेक टीम में भी देयर आर टू टीम्स, एक जो कि सेवरल अदर प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम कर रही है, एक जो कोर प्रोडक्ट इंजीनियरिंग पे काम कर रही है. नाउ इफ आई ओपन दिस प्रॉब्लम टू बोथ ऑफ द टीम्स, आई एम ओपनिंग टू माय इंटरनल टीम. नाउ देन if I am like my teams do not have time, this is the scenario which most of the companies have. मेरे पास, मेरे दोनों टीम्स के पास में टाइम नहीं है, उनके पास उनकी खुद की डिलीवरी है. And when I am talking about myself, I am simulating, or rather I am talking on behalf of probably all the tech or non-tech companies जो कि हैं, कि मेरी एग्जिस्टिंग टीम्स के पास में ऑलरेडी डिलीवरी का इतना प्रेशर है कि मेरे पास में टाइम नहीं, मेरी टीम्स के पास टाइम नहीं है कि मैं कुछ नया भी दूंगा उन्हें और वो करेंगे. अब मेरे पास क्या बचता है, या तो मैं टीम हायर करूं, या मैं फिर किसी को आउटसोर्स करूं, किसी कंपनी को आउटसोर्स करूं. नाउ इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट, अगर मैं अपनी प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट को लेके जाता हूं किसी अकेडमिया के पास, उसके पास में ओपन करता हूं, या फिर किसी ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म के पास में जो कि मुझे सिमिलर इकोसिस्टम दे रहा है, जहां पे ऐसे लोग हैं, जहां जैसे गिग सिस्टम है, तो ऐसे मैं प्रॉब्लम लेके जाता हूं और बोलता हूं दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम, कैन यू गिव मी सम सॉल्यूशन. नाउ द ओपन टैलेंट इज गोइंग टू गिव me the solution, or rather something with respect to the solution. Hackathon is a form of open innovation only. Currently it is less used for the solution of the problem and more used to hire the right talent. But that's where it is heading to. So philosophy यही है कि मेरी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होनी चाहिए. अभी इंटरनली मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, या फिर
मेरे पास बैंडविड्थ नहीं है, अभी
बैंडविड्थ नहीं है, या फिर इनोवेशन का सॉल्यूशन कुछ भी हो सकता है. अब हो सकता है मेरी टीम जो इंटरनली है वो एक तरीके से सॉल्यूशन दो जो कि इतना परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा ना हो उसका, या बेस्ट ना हो, पर अगर मैं आउटसाइड दूंगा तो मेरे पास में 10 तरीके आएंगे, उन 10 तरीकों में से प्रोबेबली मेरा एक बेस्ट हो. सो दैट्स द फिलॉसफी बिहाइंड ओपन इनोवेशन.
सो यू आर सेइंग लाइक okay, there was like first of all there was no such shortage, but it was like the dots were not connecting. Yes. And to connect that dot, you have like built this platform which exactly will help the teams to doing the hackathon and the other thing. Why you are calling it as the open innovation, which means, hey, if there is a problem and you wanted a open solution, like which means many people can contribute with, like which are not bounded by your organization boundary, this is where they can leverage, and this is where exactly they can start getting the solutions, etc., verify, and then it's up to you to validate whether these are kind of the solution approach which you would like to use it or not. But tell me one more thing, right? So problem understanding, it looks like it looked very simple. You explained it like there is a gap and you immediately built that platform which can solve. And you also sold like the first UI version which you built was not kind of another good. So tell me, more about how do you handle, or how do you go into the problem solving? Because someone is just giving you the business problem. How do you break it down, solve it from the technical perspective?
So we break it down. Let's say even if it's a tech problem or a non-tech problem, but we take it and take the reference in the real life.
Okay.
Then we break it down and see कि so basically backtrack करते हैं हम लोग. ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये प्रॉब्लम का ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्यूशन हो सकता है, तो उसको पूरा ब्रेक डाउन करते हुए जाते हैं कि इसको करने के लिए, इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए मेरे को किस किस क्या क्या मेरे को करना पड़ेगा. बेसिकली लेट्स से मेरे को कोई भी टेक का ही प्रॉब्लम अगर मैं लेता हूँ, किसी कस्टमर का रिक्वायरमेंट आता है, तो वो रिक्वायरमेंट को पहले हम ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं. while we are breaking down, हम लोगों को ये पता चल जाता है कि उसका इम्पैक्ट एनालिसिस क्या है. Now when I'm saying impact analysis, I am not only emphasizing on the impact analysis कि मेरे कोड पे क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा. What I am saying is कि ये करने के लिए मेरे को 4 और फीचर्स बनाने पड़ सकते हैं, 4 और टास्क बनाने पड़ सकते हैं, एंड ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में क्या मैं कुछ और तो नहीं ब्रेक डाउन कर रहा हूँ. सो माय फर्स्ट स्टैंस टुवर्ड्स प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग ऑलवेज रिमेन्स कि उसको पहले मैं तोड़ूं और इम्पैक्ट एनालिसिस करूं कि उसमें क्या ब्रेक होगा और क्या मुझे और बनाना पड़ेगा, सो दैट माय कस्टमर गेट्स द full benefit out of that specific solution. So that's how the problem solving approach goes whenever we have any problem.
Okay. And that also means like linking it to the business outcome, right? What is the main business outcome which you are doing, and mapping it through the process so that hey, in the end we can validate.
That's where we backtrack.
Yeah. So now, as we know, we are into the technology age, right? And everything is a technology, and every solution is technology-enabled solution. What exactly is, from your definition perspective, a solution would be called, hey, this is a technology-based solution, and not, just only the process improvement or something.
The buzzword AI right now. So, well, technology-driven is going to be and is that process improvement से ज़्यादा whenever you are going to solve any problem, whenever we solve any problem, like in our platform we pick anything, let's say assessment को पकड़ लेते. अभी assessment करने के लिए हमें तरीका पता है, ठीक है, और वो क्योंकि वो टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म है उसको टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन सॉल्यूशन बोल सकते हैं. स्टिल लेट मी डिग डाउन इनटू दैट कि एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन बैंक ले लेते हैं. जैसे अब असेसमेंट करवाना इज वन थिंग, एंड देन बट उसमें जो लाइक सॉल्यूशन इज व्हाट कि असेसमेंट करवाना है, ठीक है, बट प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ असेसमेंट करवाना नहीं होती है. नाउ टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन सॉल्यूशन बनाना है तो उसको बनाने के लिए पहले अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम क्या है कस्टमर की या जो भी असेसमेंट करवाने वाला है उसके पास में. सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं होती कि मेरे को एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिल जाए जहाँ असेसमेंट होना है, उसकी प्रॉब्लम ये भी होती है कि मैं क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से लेके आऊँ, क्वेश्चंस की क्रेडिबिलिटी कैसी होगी. सो माय क्वेश्चन बैंक बिकम्स वन ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन सॉल्यूशन जो मेरे को बनाना है. नाउ व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दैट solution using technology which is going to solve the minute problems which are hidden can be called as technology driven solution. And now we're like with GenAI into picture, even just before our podcast I was working with one of my partners on a solution which we are going to give. So that is using GenAI only, and it's going to be a conversational agent basically, which is again going to be a technology driven solution because it is saving the problem which was hidden for the customer. So yeah, that's
so you're saying like, hey, it is not just like replicating a process into a digital form, but hey, it is like a technology based solution where you are looking at the problem space as overall, which might have not visible earlier, right? People might have thought it is a different business unit or it is a different process we can't really do, but now we do have the technology, and now the solutioning is enabled so that your experience is good, and also you are able to grab something which was not visible during the earlier process itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One more thing, like of course I like the overall idea about the open innovation, and it can increase the solutioning space also. But one challenge which I do see is will not this be also like a slowing down of the innovation? For example, hey, if I do have my problem defined, and if I can just put 2 people, they might give me the solution in a week, rather than hey, I just create a problem statement and then 1,000 people works, and then that might take like even a longer time overall.
Absolutely, and a wonderful catch. So yes, it can be slowed down, considering being that there is no process or structure or rather a platform in between which can fast track this assessment. Like we pick our hiring hackathons only. So we conduct hiring hackathons with a concept of that you pick a problem statement. I mean, whatever product or solution you have, you're going to the customer is going to give us a problem statement, which we are going to give to our candidates of the hackathon. They are going to come and solve it, and then the further process, like the screening, will happen through the after the hackathon, and the further process of interview and all, which will happen. Now, coming of the candidate and then getting them screened over the solution which they have provided and the problem which the customer has given, the assessment over it, the screening of it, and then like after screening, the process happening. So this specific part, when driven automatically, fast tracks this complete process. So that's where it speeds up the process of problem solving. That is one. Talent hiring is a byproduct of it, although you did not mention about it in your question, but I'm just adding it to it, that talent hiring is a byproduct of it. But to fast track it, the system which comes in between to screen and assess the quality of the solutions fast tracks this complete process. It is not going to slow down. That's where it's up.
And I think, see, the other platforms are also like providing the hackathon one.
Right.
But like, the drill component, which is very specific to it, how did you like make sure like all the processes are tied up? Because so far, what I haven't seen, like, for example, the judgment process, right? How it is being passed through the pipeline, what are kind of, the scoring, and not only like, the scoring, what are the other kind of the comments which are visible, and the success criteria also, etc., which were kind of validated, so that in case we need to go back why some specific solution did not work out, maybe that is something where we can use it and different the another problem solving. So how did that overall idea did you map, and how did you like created those technical components to support it?
So interestingly, you're asking about drill. So drill word that again came in my mind only, that so I have an army background. My father is from army. So drill, again, drill word comes with a concept of that you're going to drill into something. You're going to go like fast and then get a faster solution on it. Now, in drill, end-to-end hackathon management, of course, that is there with other platforms also. We are just making it more and more user-friendly with the feedbacks which are coming in. So the base is already there, everything is there. Judgment, now what makes it very very smooth is judgment hasn't come just from our thinking. Before drill, even before drill, we were conducting multiple hackathons, and there was like multiple hackathons. When I'm saying, there were many hackathons even in the time of COVID also. So in those hackathons, we used to conduct the judgment that time also. And every hackathon we were iterating and making our process more smoother and shorter. And till the time we conducted one of our EV hackathons, we found a complete solution where we can like even externally also, where we can smooth the process. Of course, it was not automated completely, but it was more manual. But we found that there is this process which is tried and tested now and is very smooth for the user. For user, when I say, it's our judges. That's what we picked it up, and then we completely automated it. Now, when I'm saying automated and smooth, it is smooth in a way that with drill, the judges which are in the hackathons, they just receive a link on their phones. They can, like, while judging, they can just open their link on their phone. They do not need to do any login, anything. Just open that. They have all the teams which are already assigned to them. Keep looking to them. Do the judgment. There is GenAI evaluation as well. There are multiple parameters. There is implementation of couple of features for the judges using GenAI again, so that like it is easy for them, one, to judge, evaluate, and then to get a summarized view of what happened. Whatever comes from, like, whatever comes as a solution, whether it's a case study competition or a coding competition or whatsoever. So that's what it has make it smooth. The experience of the judge when looking at the evaluation, it is smooth because it is a complete holistic summarized view of the evaluation. Then couple of more feature for judges to evaluate, to put their feedbacks, to look at the analytics and all, and then to save it. There is one more feature which has come up as a requirement from some time, which we have implemented. That is like when you are doing the judgment, the organizer face a lot of problem of scheduling the judgments, because judges are available and their time slots usually are fixed.
Yeah.
And then there are participants, but again, both of them are humans, and the organizer is at the center who has to manage both of them. So cancellation, rescheduling, all of that happens. So everything is automated. So the judgment within the drill is smoother for the participants, it's smoother for the judges, it's smoother for the organizer. That's where it comes as an USP of it.
Yeah. And no, I think you sold it in the right way. That's the information which even the people are looking for, and that's even like beneficial. For example, now you do have all these data, everything, and now you can also from the future perspective, for example, if a candidate is not getting selected or his solution is not getting working, but maybe it is just slightly below than the criteria, maybe he's just stucking at 70%, and now you can suggest him, hey, within your solutioning, if you improve this part, I think there are higher chance that this is something your idea or your solution will get accepted.
Right.
So now coming to the another part, right? This is good problem which is solved. Now comes the recruiting pipeline. So now I'm fine. I like this person, or maybe like a 5%, and now I need to get into our recruiting system. How did you enable it? And is there like a AI component, etc., also which you are, which is even like simplifying the process?
Of course. So our recruit the platform, it has the complete cycle of candidate who is coming and applying over the job till the time they are getting interviewed. So the complete cycle is on the platform. It is an integrated platform along with the hackathons and along with the assessment. So let's say a corporate comes with a problem statement, I want to hire someone. Now, while hiring someone is a problem and is a common problem for everyone, every other company, I would say. So now hiring, how we are going to resolve depends on a lot of parameters. Now, a lot of parameters includes कि आपको कैसा करना है, आपको आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से क्या आपको फ्रेशर लगेगा, क्या आपको इंटर्न लगेगा, क्या आपको एक्सपीरियंस बंदा लगेगा, आपको प्रोफेशनल कैसा लगेगा, क्या आपका जितना काम है, क्या आपको प्रोजेक्ट वाइज कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल पे जाना चाहिए. Now all this happens on a contractual level. So that's one talk which happens also on the platform. Now let's say that is done, and then further process comes of your job posting, onboarding. After that, the candidates which applies on the job, getting all the application, exporting them, changing their status, like exporting them to another ATS, importing applications from other platforms. Like usually companies have HR recruiters and they have a lot of like they wander on multiple platforms. Yeah. And from there they have multiple applications. So our recruit also gives a functionality wherein they can import their candidates from multiple platforms into a single, where the AI screening happens, which I believe many recruiting platforms right now doing, which is a basic necessity, I would say. If that is not there, the platform itself is incomplete. So AI screening happens. After that, the assessment part is there. So from there only, we have our assessment platform. You can create the assessment. You can do that. If you have a job which needs to be integrated now with a hackathon, you can do from the recruit itself. So this complete cycle is there when you go to like hire someone. Then we have our own pool from a lot of work we have done in the past. We have our database that we give for the company's recruiters to come and search as per their criteria, mail them all those things. So end-to-end recruiting platform to get your talent that is available on the Recruit.
Yeah. And one more thing, tell me, right? So like from the business side, there will be always like, the idea, hey, can we implement this? Can we do this? Maybe make part of the changes within the existing platform, or bring, the new product or services. So from the CTO perspective, right, how do you handle these? Because sometime we are into the ideation phase, somewhere then we down the line need to go to the implementation. So how do you maintain all those checks and balance and make sure, yes, you are focusing on the technical implementation, but it is not breaking, the experience, or even if like the implementation which you are doing is sustainable, both from like, the platform perspective and both from like the team's perspective as
So since start, we have believed in innovation.
well.
So every solution we bring in has to have some innovation into it. And innovation, I believe, doesn't start with technology. It starts with listening. The answer to your question is we listen. I listen.
Okay.
From ideation till implementation, there are two perspectives. One is my perspective, and one is the perspective of the person who is giving me
the information.
For the other person, it could be कि अभी implement करना है. For me, it should be wait. We have to again say, boss, it is not complete. I do not have complete information. It is going to break. I know that. Let's sit again. Let's again brainstorm. फिर से वो वाला पूरा काम करते हैं. Let's again design. I know थोड़ा time ज़्यादा लग सकता है. रात को जग जाएंगे यार, बॉस कोई टेंशन नहीं है. And we do that. We have been doing for the one like हमारे platform पे there are multiple hackathons right now, and then there is like many requirements which are coming in. So we are doing it. So आपके लिए implementation हो सकता है, but when I listen to you and I actually listen to you, I get to know कि एक्चुअल में वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन फेज है या नहीं है. एक्चुअल में आप जो बोल रहे हो कि ये वाला आइडिया ये ऐसे हो सकता है, एंड आई एम सेइंग बॉस ये फीचर ये वाला है, दिस इज द वे विद व्हिच वी कैन यूज दैट. सो while listening the problem, the information, I get to know whether the phase is going to be ideas or implementation. Let's say if it is in the idea phase, so we have our product manager in the team. उसके साथ में मैं बैठता हूँ. We design the complete plan. Mostly हमारी सारे शीशे ऑफिस के मेरे मतलब हम लोग के टेक से ही भरे रहते हैं. टेक के सारे डिजाइन से ही भरे रहते हैं. So प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर के साथ में वो पूरा डिजाइनिंग होता है. We plan it out. Then we have our Figma and like the UX prototyping comes into picture. उसके बाद में then we have business discussions whether ये सारा चीजें हो गई हैं. These are possible edge cases which we have identified, is it fine or not, or and all that. We get an approval from the business. Then we go ahead, we speak with the back-end developer, front-end developer. There we give the requirement. So that's how the complete process goes on. But differentiating whether it's going to be implementation or ideation is my ultimate mantra is listen. Listen with patience what is actual the information. So that's how I take it.
And like you are very specific about like listening, which means like the understanding. Do you also follow this philosophy with your engineering folks, engineering team members as well? More like from the understanding perspective that they are also open to share their ideas, they are also able to share their contribution, so that it is not always about the top down, but it is like the bottom up approach is also included.
Oh, absolutely. It is inculcated in our culture.
Okay.
So every 14th of the month, we have an all tech teams meet wherein I speak with them. Like there is no tech talk which is going to happen. It is just you, me. I mean, all team members are going to talk. So that's where what we decide कि पिछले महीने में हम लोगों ने क्या क्या अचीव किया. Now when we say अचीव किया, तो टेक्निकली क्या अचीव किया वो हम लोगों को हर हफ्ते पता चलता रहता है. बट आपने अपने ओवरऑल ग्रोथ में क्या किया वो बताओ. देन एवरी फ्राइडे वी used to have a technical session within the team जहाँ पे हम लोग like पूरी कंपनी को बुलाते हैं and whosoever wants to come can come. पूरे हफ्ते में कोई भी एक बंदा जिसने कुछ नया सीखा हो, उसको प्रोडक्ट में इम्प्लीमेंट किया हो, नया सीखा हो, उसने कुछ POC बनाई हो, but something new which you have learned, come let's have a discussion. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि तुम बोल रहे हो हम सुन रहे हैं. Let's have a discussion. You share कि क्या सीखा है. We'll have questions and let's have a discussion. वो करते करते that's where we build the culture and that's the bottom top approach. हमारे कंपनी में open door policy है. There is no like they can't reach directly to me or they can't reach directly to Rishabh. No, it's not like that. If they have a problem, they can reach directly to business. If I'm not available, they can reach directly to business as well. कि बॉस ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है and this is the solution which I think should be there and is not there. तो हम लोगों को ये चीज करना चाहिए. That's how it flows. There's a completely open door policy.
So you are saying like it is, and have you seen also some of the benefit of doing this? For example, maybe some ideas are now coming it from the team how to solve, and maybe when you look at, hey, maybe I would have solved it better or I would have thought it better, but I think this is a good idea too.
Absolutely. And mostly it comes when there is technical like within the code, when there is something needs to be like get better. That's where I come to listen a lot. Even in the front end, if I say there are couple of things with respect to कि सुनील इसको इस तरीके से करेंगे ना तो एनालिटिक्स और परफॉर्मेंस में ऐसे इम्पैक्ट होगा. आई एम लाइक ओके, कहाँ पे कर रहा है इम्प्लीमेंट, ऐसे ऐसे किया हुआ है, दिस इज हाउ आई हैव डन, एक POC करी हुई है, ठीक है करते हैं, लेट्स डू इट. एंड आई हैव सीन परफॉर्मेंस बेनिफिट फ्रॉम लाइक as much as 40% of performance benefit I have seen. This is I'm only specifying for the front end. In the back end, I have seen the modular approach which they have seen. हम लोगों का microservice architecture है of course. Within that also, जैसे ही कोई नया version आता है and then with every version nowadays they are abstracting, decreasing the line of code or rather making it more and more multi-threaded. So वो implementation वो लोग करते हैं, कैसे किया है, ऐसे किया है, and let's do it. It's getting done at a code level. That's and I have seen a lot of benefit.
And there is one more thing which I see is the open innovation squad, right? What are like the major technological changes which you are planning in coming years?
Major technology changes which it's GenAI of course. In all of our products, we are integrating multiple small tools with our end-to-end hackathon platform. That's Drill. We are bringing in drill templates as one of the features, wherein like even right now what we have is a process of we have a requirement, then on the platform we have to enter a few fields. It's a 5-minute job, but it's still a job. We are even removing that by replacing it with drill templates, wherein you have the requirement from the business. It is going to be understood and automatically the complete microsite will be built then and there when you are demoing it to the client. So they're drilled. I mean, GenAI as a technology, of course, which is coming in. Then blockchain is another technology because certificate generation, we have a major role of certificate generation in our complete ecosystem. So blockchain based certificate generation, and then blockchain in couple of other features as well, which we are thinking. So these two major things which are coming in. Then third is the cybersecurity. With our assessment and hackathons, we have cybersecurity already, which we are giving it as a integrated solution. Like on the platform currently, we have two of the hackathons which are related to cybersecurity solutions. So these three major technologies which I can see. Apart from, of course, we keep on advancing with the versions.
And I think the cybersecurity part even becomes more important because more and more identifiable data which you do have, right? Which means like so many people are relying, assuming, hey, this platform is safeguarding my personal identified information. and it is secured. If that is not secure, like tomorrow, the trust can be broken.
Absolutely. We are on path of taking this early mover advantage for DPDP compliance. We are reading about it and we'll make sure कि जैसे इंडिया में जैसे ही अपना डेटा लॉ का बूम होगा, we should be ready with.
We should be ready with this. Yeah. And AI, I think it is a theme which we see across, and it is good to see that you are making it as a part of the platform. But tell me, what are some of the changes which you are doing in your day-to-day life, so that you are also be more fluent with AI and not just doing the way traditionally maybe like 8 to 10 years back how you started doing it.
A lot of it.
Okay.
A lot of it. Since start till end, there are multiple formulas which sometimes in any of the sheet which I need to send it to the client when there are proposals and all. Even still, customers need the proposals either in a document format or in a Excel sheet format. So we have templatized it, but why should I do all the work myself? Let my AI do that. So that's one thing which is there in my day-to-day. All my most of my documentation is done by AI. Of course, I do the checks and all.
Yeah, so you keep the human in the loop always.
I do at the end because it is going to customer. वहाँ पे goof up हुआ तो मैं ये नहीं कह सकता कि sorry boss AI ने गलत किया. So most of my documentation part comes with AI. Apart from that, with respect to like some of the diagrams or again, when I have let's say a descriptive thing which I need to explain it to someone in a flow format, that's where I like use AI. So in short, when I want to summarize it to make it understand to different stakeholders, of course, someone might understand in a pointer or documentation way, probably, and someone from the government would understand more structured format thing, and then probably a product manager or business analyst or a product owner would understand flows instead of that. So that's where we use, like I use AI. Apart from that, in my day-to-day, I keep on exploring, and right now I am mostly focused on how this conversational AI thing can come into picture. We are building some solutions around that only. It is challenging. I would say there are multiple solutions, but the best solution which we want to build is I am yet not able to find. So what use case we are going to solve? I got a call from one of the top like finance company, and for some KYC verification, and that was an AI call. I talked and I was like, इससे अच्छा तो हमने POC में बना लिया था. So conversational AI is one thing which, I mean, of course not day to day, but ये एक ऐसा challenging problem है जिसपे मैं अभी काम कर रहा हूँ. So that's these things जहाँ पे मैं AI को use करता हूँ mostly in the documentation और summarize करने में, there I use AI.
Yeah. And it is good to see that, right? Because generally what I have seen is like the people who is in tech, like they are more always working towards like the code generation or something. I think that's like the engineer can do, but being a CTO, you need to talk with different person and you need to explain. So it's good that you are utilizing it, whether the document summarization, so that the information is clear to them. Maybe they don't know all your technical jargons and you are just explaining them more from the workflow perspective. So and it is good that you are trying to use the AI not just because hey you have to add it in the product, but hey you think it will increase your own productivity.
Yes.
Yeah. So as a CTO, right, I know like yes, of course we all do, but some of the like the technologies etc. other than the AI, what are like the latest tech stack which you are working on day-to-day basis? For example, you started with like Hadoop, Spark, etc. But now I am assuming there are some latest things.
The latest is the domain which I am right now looking at. It's totally different out of my interest only.
Okay.
But it's the ESG domain, sustainability domain.
Uh-huh.
A lot of tech is in that also. Like I'm not sure how much of our audience is going to be relating to that, but that's the newest domain, I would say. I am slightly reading about it or getting into it, and I really like it. Apart from that, data security is one thing which I am very much focused on. Data security and application security, where my major focus currently in day to day is. And I believe that that has to be there, because as AI coming into picture, people are using it like anything. They do not know the consequences, how they are going to use, and what amount of data they are putting in. I mean, any feature of, let's say, Gemini comes in, that banana feature came in, everybody was like putting their pictures into Gemini and getting a beautiful
modified version, yeah, but
correct.
like they are sharing their own.
Absolutely. And the amount of, I mean, Gemini, even if, so there was a instance, there was a mole on the hand of one lady, and after that feature, the modified picture which Gemini gives, the mole was there. So that is the minute level of information that AI is saving. I mean, the data is getting saved. And that's where the security is going to be there. As soon as इसका गलत यूज चालू हुआ, there is going to be a chaos.
Yeah.
And I want that at least अपना platform, हमारे platform के users इन सारी चीजों से बच के रहे.
Yeah.
So that data security, application security is where my most focus right now is. And domain perspective, I told you that that's out of my interest, but yes, the carbon footprinting, all that.
So Sunil, for someone who is just starting the career, or maybe he's like looking to aspire to become a CTO of another new startup, what is the key piece of advice you will give it to them?
I would say that fail fast, don't think too much. The budding startup entrepreneurs I met in the college, or apart from that, who are just passed out of the college or who are just starting in several events, they think a lot. They think a lot, and they are like, fail to nahi ho jayenge. So my suggestion is, start small, छोटा करो, market validation करो. अगर नहीं चला तो तुमको तुरंत पता चल जाएगा. तुम्हारा टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट कम होगा, मनी इन्वेस्टमेंट कम होगा, सो तुम्हें जल्दी पता चल जाएगा. सो यू फेल फास्ट, स्टार्ट स्मॉल, फेल फास्ट, पता चला, पिवट करो, फिर से दोबारा स्टार्ट करो, छोटा बनाओ, कुछ तो पता चलेगा. कुछ पिवट ही करोगे, अगर पूरा ही चेंज करना पड़ रहा है तो भी तुम्हें पता चल गया कि दिस इज नॉट द राइट थिंग फॉर मी. बट यू स्टार्ट स्मॉल. अगर बड़ा सोचने के चक्कर में जाओगे ना कि लेट मी कंप्लीट प्लेटफॉर्म और उसके बाद में करता हूँ, सो वहां पे आप फंसोगे. हम लोगों ने हमारा पहला हैकाथॉन तब कर लिया था वेरी एलिवेट में, जब हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म चालू भी नहीं हुआ था बनना. वी डिड इट. हम लोग, क्योंकि हमारी टीम कैपेबिलिटी बन गई. सेकंड हैकाथॉन में हमने प्लेटफॉर्म लेके आ गए. वहां पता चला कि भाई ये चाहिए, ये नहीं चाहिए. थर्ड हैकाथॉन में हमें और चीजें पता चली. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड इट सिंस स्टार्ट. सो start small, fail fast. That is what going to be the mantra from my side, and I believe it is going to get either success. If not success, तो तुम्हारा टाइम और पैसा बर्बाद नहीं होगा.
Thanks a lot, Sunil. It was very helpful.
Thank you, Kuldeep ji. Thank you so much for inviting, and thank you so much, audience.